Okay, Germany is winning.
Of course, Germany. I'm so sorry, Denmark.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kriti and I'm super excited for today's interview because I have my dear friend from Toastmasters and we are going to talk about Denmark versus Germany. So if you want to know more about these two countries from an expat's perspective, do watch the video till the end. Maria, welcome to my channel. It's so lovely to have you.
Thank you, Kriti. I'm also very excited to be here.
Yeah, and Maria, I know that you have lived here in Denmark and now you are in Germany. So tell us a little bit about yourself. When you moved to Denmark and what did you do here?
Sure. So I moved to Denmark around, that's going to be almost 7 years. And I moved because I finished my bachelor education in Colombia. I'm originally from Colombia. And then I moved to Denmark to make a master's degree in service design. And I studied for 2 years. Then I did my best to work and pay taxes and potentially become a citizen. But I changed my objective and I moved to Germany after that. And that happened also 7, 8 months ago, more or less, in last November. It's going to be almost a year actually in
Yeah.
Germany.
Where are you living right now in Germany? Which city?
I am living in Düsseldorf.
Düsseldorf. Okay. And which is in which part of Germany?
So that's the west of Germany, closer to
Hmm.
the Netherlands. It's like we are 1 hour away from the Netherlands. And if you know Cologne, Cologne is one of the biggest
Yeah.
cities, let's say one of the oldest cities, across the river, half an
Hmm.
hour away from Cologne.
So, Maria, I want to start with you
Mhm.
with a rapid fire round, which I have added in this interview part, just to have some fun element. And
Mm.
now that you have lived in Germany for 7 months and you have lived in Denmark for quite a long time, this part will be that I will give you few things and you have to choose either between Denmark or Germany. For example, bearable winter. So, which
Okay.
country would you choose for this particular option? All
Germany.
right, Germany. Okay. So
Yes.
now I have more eight options for you, and this is like rapid fire round. So maybe
All right.
I will not
I
give
will
you
try
time
to be
to think.
fast. I'm scared. Let's do
Yes.
it.
Okay. So let's start with the rapid fire round.
Mhm.
Delicious food.
Ah, Germany.
Okay. Affordable accommodation.
Germany.
Easy to meet internationals.
Both. I can both. Yeah.
Okay. Easy to make friends. I want to know with Germans or Danes, which is easier.
In the Rhineland, where I am, than in Germany.
Okay. Less homesickness you feel in which country?
Germany.
Okay, Germany is winning. Overall good weather. I know which will you choose.
Germany. Of course, Germany. I'm so sorry, Denmark.
Better work culture.
Denmark.
Okay. And last, nightlife, like the fun element, in which country?
Denmark, just because I know it more. I mean, I moved during COVID, so I don't know the nightlife yet here.
Okay. Now that I have lived here in Denmark for 4 years, and now if I move to a new country in Europe,
Mhm.
I will compare that country with Denmark. Maybe
Mhm.
not initially with India. So I want to know, like, when you moved to Germany, did you compare it with Denmark, and how was it to move to Germany from Denmark?
Yeah, I compare it a lot, like all the time. Like, oh, so this is how they do it in Germany. Wow. Because in Denmark, and this is what I keep saying to my colleagues as well. Yeah, I mean, when you compare, it's mostly culture, like let's say things or sayings or ways of interpreting behaviors in groups or a Christmas celebration or stuff like this. Like you start comparing like little things in the culture, also in the working culture. For instance, is super weird. This is something apparently in the Rhineland. That's what I'm told.
Hmm.
That in Denmark we have Friday bar, so
Yeah.
you go and drink with your colleagues from 3 p.m., 4 p.m. That's okay at work, and then cheers, and you can either get drunk or not get drunk. That depends, but you can do that on Fridays. Here is on Wednesdays, and you don't
Oh,
drink inside the office. You drink, you go out, to bars or pubs and drink, but then you go hardcore on Wednesday, because I got told Wednesday is the Bergtag, so it's like the little mountain day, because it's the middle of the week, and then you celebrate it's the middle of the week somehow, and then to say goodbye to the week. Super weird.
Okay. But do you do anything else also, like on Friday, or it's like just like Wednesday you go high?
Actually not really. All the teen events so far have been on Wednesday. And yesterday there was a company event on Monday.
Okay.
So it was a barbecue with beer and food and until 8 p.m. I don't understand that. I don't think a Danish person would go to an event like that on a Monday.
It's good, right? Like you don't have to wait till Friday to, enjoy your office like ending time. You're just having fun even on Wednesday, like midweek. That's good.
Exactly.
And did you compare anything else, as you mentioned, like weather-wise, you're choosing Germany. So how was the weather for you in Germany?
I think the winter is much better here, and it's a bit warmer than in Denmark. I think also less dark because we are a little bit lower than Denmark. And that makes a difference to me, like the light and the darkness. And for instance, the snow, it was easier to see the snow here than 7 years in Denmark, or in Copenhagen at least. I had the chance in Düsseldorf to see snow everywhere and go only half an hour away and I could see all full of snow. Copenhagen, it was kind of like that, but the snow didn't really snow much. So
yeah, I think I missed the snow this year, also last year, and also I think last year there was some snow, but this year there was not much snow in Denmark.
You need to leave the city, go somewhere
in
away.
Copenhagen. You have worked in both countries, in Denmark and in Germany, so it would be really nice to know your experience with work culture. Like, was it easy to integrate in one of these countries work-wise? If you could share your experience with that.
Sure. So I was in 2 companies. The first one only for 4 months, and then the next one now is 6 months. And it's also depending on the company, but I feel that, I mean, the differences are very subtle because, of course, still Northern Europeans, they are very private. They don't want to spend a lot of time with you after work or something like this. But some of the colleagues, even German colleagues, have opened up to me very quickly. And I never experienced that in Denmark. It really took a lot of work for me to manage to make them open up their house or taking me along for cinema or, But here it's been a bit easier. And I heard it's also this region, this area in Germany is Germans tend to be very friendly and happy and outgoing kind of people. So I was lucky.
Yeah. Is it difficult, like moving from Colombia, when you started working here in Denmark, was it difficult for you to integrate?
Yeah, I think, for me, it was a big change in the university. But then later on, if it wasn't for Toastmasters, let's say, I wouldn't have met so many Danes, for example.
Yeah.
I met some while doing climbing, like the sport I do. Like one of my best friends is from climbing. And we have a couple of friends from the masters, but they have their own life and somehow their own kind of little world, and they have now kids and are married and all that, but it's like it really feels very apart, very far away. And I wish I could, it's just culture, and I know I love them, and then if they are watching this, I love you guys. It's just culture, it's just I wish I could be closer to them somehow, or if I wish I would understand them a bit better, so I wouldn't feel this strange.
A little bit about cost of living in Germany versus Denmark, like accommodation wise, and how much is for monthly expenses, if you would want to share.
Sure. Yes, so the apartment I am right now with my boyfriend, we are in 40 square meters. We have a bathtub. We have a kitchen, because sometimes in Germany you don't get kitchen. You get the place where you can plug everything, but you don't get devices or the drawers. You don't get anything, which is insane. That is Germany. But this kitchen has everything, and we are paying 600 euros, 650 more or less. With energy, that's 150 more. With internet, that's other 550. So let's say 750 in total Yeah. And that's like 7,000 krona. And in an apartment where we lived before in Denmark was very like newly built. It was like 6 years old and it was 12,700.
It's like almost half price that you're paying in Germany.
Exactly.
Wow. In Denmark, they say, like living cost, accommodation is the biggest expense.
Yeah, you can get to pay, for example, 1,200, 1,300. They call it cold. Cold means without energy. And that would be 1,200 euros. That's like almost 10,000 krona, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be a 100 square meter apartment. That's where a friend of mine is actually doing.
100 square meter apartment.
Imagine.
Wow. That's nice.
Yeah.
And what about like travel expenses? How is it in Germany compared to Denmark?
I would say slightly cheaper, but the only thing I do miss from Denmark and especially Copenhagen is how easy it is to transport yourself with your bike. So nowadays Dusseldorf changed a lot. Now the bikes have a space in the city, so now there is a lane for the bikes, and it's a bit unsafe compared to, of course, Copenhagen, which is the perfect world for bikes. But there is trains. We have train, tram, like train meaning like the regional train, the S train basically. We have metro and we have tram and buses. And you can only take your bike in the S train if there is a space, because everything is tiny.
Okay.
Yeah, and I missed it. Denmark had very spacious both metro and the S train.
Yeah.
And you can really there is a space for your bike.
Yeah, like in S train we have a special place to take your bike, so it makes it easier. Now that I have also started biking, if I go one way and the other way I want to just not bike again, I just take my bike to with a train, and it becomes so easier.
Exactly. And then the problem then is with cost, because then in Denmark you only pay extra cost for your bike for the metro.
Yeah.
But in Germany you pay for everything. you cannot put it on the bus, by the way, but you need to pay for everything extra, and it's quite expensive. I think last time I checked it was like 9 euros if I want to bring my bike. That's a lot of money. That's way too much. A normal ticket costs 3 euros.
And with bike it becomes 9 euros.
Yeah, it's quite a lot for one way. Then I prefer to bike or leave the bike somewhere and then pick it up later on.
Yeah. And weather-wise, you already mentioned that Germany is better than Denmark.
Yeah, I think something that Copenhagen sadly has is very strong is the wind. And I think all over Denmark, the wind is horrible. So even if it's a sunny day, like it says, yeah, it's very sunny. And then you look at the wind, and then, it could be 26 degrees thermical sensation. Or how is it? Like 23, 26 degrees, whatever. Temperature, and then actual thermical sensation is 10 because of the wind. I hated these summers where actually was not summer. I still had to wear a sweater and a coat and a jacket. Here I had real summer, like nothing, no coat, no jacket, no nothing.
So. Yeah, this year I think the summer in Denmark was quite weird. It was good for some time, and then it was like, as you mentioned, like a lot of winds, and then suddenly it just gone. And I was very sad that, oh my God, will I able to see it one more time, that before summer is going. And then suddenly it came, and it was like, okay, it came, and now I am already feeling like from yesterday, like cold, like winter is here. So that is crazy with and for me, like the weather app has become the most used app for my phone. Like every time you have to check and take care of the weather if you're going out or planning anything.
Oh, I can tell you about, for example, expenses that are like, well, of course, clothing is like an international, let's say, standard. But the moms, as we call them in Denmark, the tax for products that you purchase is way smaller in Germany.
Okay.
So, for example, it's around 30% less the pricing. So, for example, normally if I go to a restaurant with a friend, that will cost me 15 euros with a drink, like nice food and a drink. And that's 100 krona, 110 krona. And normally, if you could do that on a Friday, that will cost you 150 to 200 krona, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So now you can see the difference, right? My boyfriend and I went last year with his dad, his wife, and the daughter of them. And we were 5 people, right, in a restaurant. 5 people ate for the price of two in Denmark, in Germany.
That's impressive about Germany. Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
like if you plan to go out in Copenhagen, it's like you have to think about it, like, you know,
yeah,
whether you want to,
exactly.
can you go every week? No, maybe once in a month you want to plan that one. Okay.
Exactly. It's a bit more limiting. And yeah, I think beer is way cheaper as well. There is no
Mhm.
sugar tax, sadly. So candy is like crazy compared to Denmark, right?
But do you miss Denmark in any way, Maria, or no? Like you are now happy in Germany.
Well, I have to say Copenhagen is beautiful. I was
Mhm.
also in Aalborg and Aarhus. They have a beautiful charm. It's like
Yeah,
charming place. It's just, you know, you can see, since for example, when you come to Germany, you see how the cities were bumped, constructed like how they could. It's not very user friendly, you know, as a pedestrian, you can see, this is not nice to live in, you know, to walk
yeah,
around, but it's because of the history, right? But in
yeah.
Denmark, these buildings are from, you know, 100 years, and people still live in the same building. Or that's very lovely. I really like it, especially the center of Copenhagen.
Mhm.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I
I
miss it the
love
most.
those like red houses, And recently, like I've been to Bornholm and I saw these cute red houses, small houses, and it was so
Beautiful.
beautiful to see.
Yeah, there's beauty in the country, and I mean the food is very similar, so I don't miss the food. They have
Yeah.
also black bread here. They also eat kind of smørrebrød. I don't miss the language,
But
but
yeah,
Danish,
yeah.
yeah,
How was for you to learn Danish? And now you're also now you speak German, I think.
yeah, I'm learning German. Yeah, I think thanks to Danish, I can speak a bit German. So I
Yeah.
have to say, I didn't waste it my whole time. So all of you expats that are thinking, why should I learn Danish? Because it will teach you German. Just do it. Do it. You will
Yeah.
understand Swedish, Norwegian, hopefully, and then and then you can learn German.
Yeah, it's like both way. If you know German, Danish becomes easier for you. And if you
Exactly.
learn Danish, other languages also becomes easier for you.
Yeah, it's
And
the
I,
same
yeah,
family, right?
I totally agree. Expats, whoever you're listening, start with your language because I took a long time to get started. And now I'm kind of like little scared. Will I finish it on time? Until we have this offer of like free learning the language, or because it's getting tougher day by day. So
Of
hopefully,
course.
I will learn before that.
Did I miss Denmark? If I miss Denmark, and now I can show you my tiny Danish flag there.
Yeah, I can see that
Yeah.
now. Okay. So
Yeah,
you
now that
miss
I'm
Denmark.
coming. Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, it's 7 years of my life, right? Like
Yeah.
7 years of the last part of my 20s. So
And you studied
basically,
here, right? Yeah, you
yeah,
studied
I
here. So
studied
you that
there, and I don't know, got to learn and to understand the city in a way, like in my way, right? And the festivals. I feel Dusseldorf is also really active in regards to festivals. It's one of the cities with most galleries in Germany.
Mhm.
There's so many galleries, museums, exhibitions. It's crazy, crazy. That's very nice. But Copenhagen had its charm, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, and the funny thing is that Dusseldorf is equally big to Copenhagen.
Okay.
So yeah, you can bike max 30 minutes and you end the city.
And the city.
It's more or
Okay.
less the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Maria, thank you so much for this lovely conversation. I hope whoever is listening to this will get an idea about Germany and Denmark. And I really love talking to you. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm gonna meet you soon.
Yes, we will
Yes.
meet next weekend. Thank you, Kriti, as well. And maybe listeners, people who's watching, write your questions to Kriti. Make
Yes.
her life more complicated. Ask her everything you want about Denmark and Germany, and maybe we can help you.
Yeah, and then I will connect with more experts and answer all the questions. And I will see you in the next video, everybody. So bye bye.